We have a part of the show.
Hey.
Demetrius says, do you think now is the hardest time to make a classic album? For starters, I'm in my late 20s, but I think the 90s and 2000s was the easiest time to make a classic album. Not saying it was easier to make great music, but great music was appreciated more than ever, from radio to MTV. From what I've been told, the club scene at the time, you couldn't escape a great song or album because we as people sat with music longer. The window for appreciation was huge and the exposure was infectious. Being 6 years old and from the South, I didn't know who a Joe Budden was, but I knew every word to a song on Too Fast, Too Furious. And even if it isn't the most lyrical, it's one of the greatest quote-unquote feeling songs. And sadly, I don't think we will ever get that era again. I think we are seeing the last of the classic albums. What say you guys?
I actually completely agree.
I agree with
I think it's very hard to make a classic nowadays. Not quality-wise. He's right. It's just, it comes and goes so fast now. The classic, the element to classic that's most important to me is longevity. And if we're on to a new album every week.
I think it's streaming.
Yeah.
I think streaming killed it. Like, back in the day, you had to go buy an album. If you went to the store and you bought a cassette, my nigga, you listened to that cassette till the shit burned in your brain. Now you got new albums coming out every week on streaming. So all you got to do, that shit came out last week. It's 4 new albums came out this week that you didn't have to go buy with your money.
Yeah, I think
so the attention span is like that because I'm not buying that shit.
We have access to too much music, too fast, all at once. So there's no time to really appreciate anything anymore.
And I agree with the financial component too. If you put your money on something, you value it more than something that you don't particularly pay for specifically.
And you bought it was a relatability to an artist. Like, you used to like a certain artist. I remember going to buy EPMD album or Big Daddy Kane album. Like, up to Big Daddy Kane. You get what I'm saying? So you would listen to that album over and over and over. Now, it'd be songs, I know the song. Issa had to tell me who the artist is because I don't even know the artist. I just know the song from hearing the shit a million times. It's no attachment to the artist nowadays.
I think that there's still that, especially with social
Younger
media.
kids too.
I just think that, again, if you spent money on something, even if you didn't love it the first time, you're going to listen to it a bunch of times to hope that maybe your $17 will be worth it at some point. Yeah. Now, if you don't like something, or if something is like, you never listen to that shit again.
Never hear it again.
Delete that shit off your phone and good night.
I agree with everything y'all are saying, but I think that makes me take the other side of the classic argument.
Wow.
So it's easier to make the classic now?
Well, it's difficult to make a classic anytime.
Yes.
In any era. But once he starts getting into the whys, a lot of that has to do with the field and the market. And when you get into the field and the market, I think it's easier to identify a classic today because of all of the streamers, because of all of the fat, because of all of the bad music, because music comes out 350 songs every hour, because of all these things. I think when a classic hits, it's easier to tell that this is a classic versus a classic in the 90s when everything is damn near borderline classic.
That's valid. That's valid.
And the 80s and the 70s.
The cream rises to the crop a lot more now. That's valid.
I would think that.
That's valid.
I would think that.
Classic.
And everything wasn't borderline classic back then. It's just we remembering the good shit.
There was a lot of in the 90s, there was a lot of Tuesdays where it was a lot of classic albums dropping that day.
Yeah. There were years
they turned out to be classic later on, bro.
That day that the score dropped.
Yep.
Like look at the day that the score dropped.
Yeah.
It was the score. I think it was Outkast.
AT-Aliens.
It was
a bunch of shit.
Like that's a tough.
I will also say
that's a tough at bat.
People used to spend a lot more time on music then than they do now. Like in terms of creating it.
Yes.
Because now niggas is playing the streaming games.
And back to the Kehlani album, like there was pros in the fucking rooms.
Yeah. And that felt good.
Yeah. And there was pros at the labels as A&Rs and shit, sifting through shit. Like, it wasn't just, these are my 10 songs, put it out.
Let's see what the algorithm do.
Right.
Yeah, like today you eliminate, it's easier to tell, identify what a classic is. One, because most artists ain't even trying to make an album. They trying to just totally get rid of the album altogether.
Yeah,
so, the people that are putting real effort into this, you can tell.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
can tell. I think
I used to have an interlude and a skit on it. It was like a real thing.
Told a story.
Yeah, that's
dog. That Kehlani album I bought again, the uncut. Like it brought me back to when I used to go and buy maxi singles. I was a fan of the maxi single because whatever this song is that I like, Give me the other versions of it.
You're gonna get the radio mix, the club mix,
extended
the
mix,
extended, the
dub.
remix with this on this person did a beat to it
You
as
get
well.
some shit on the B side.
Yeah.
And it's just innovative, right? It reminds me of, it's like Nipsey putting out the $100 album. It's like, yes, I keep saying it's up to the artist to find out how to get value. We can hear that. How to get value for the art. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So we can't just keep putting our blood, sweat, and tears on an album. Some of these albums is going for $4.99, $6.99, $9.99. Nah, nigga, you just spent your whole life doing this shit.
And that's the trade-off to those who are playing this instant gratification streaming game right now. We'll sell it low so that more people can quote unquote buy it. So that back then you wanted to make a classic album. Right now, you want a great first week. That's the goal today. For a lot of artists today, the goal is that first week. We want to come in at number one. We want to be able to say number one album in 200 countries or whatever the case may be.
Are they really artists?
No, that's commerce. We getting into.
Are they really artists or are they just rappers?
That was your point, right? Some people in the rap business, some people are making it their life. Yeah.
I think it's more people playing the rap business game than the rap artist game today.
And part of that is because art keep getting devalued. So if artists are incentivized to create art, right? Like if I could buy the Kehlani album and then buy the uncut and then buy the maxi and then buy the folded EP and then you done generated however much off of this one song or these two songs. As soon as I saw I Need You Bad or the Brandy record on there 2 times, you got hey, another $10.99 from me. There's people out there like me, people that don't mind spending $10.99 3, 4, and 5 times. When the tape used to get fucked up in the 90s, we had to go get another tape. When somebody came over and stole the fucking tape,
CD got scratched.
You had to go buy another tape. Like,
I
don't know. That's how I feel about it.
By the way, February 13th, 1996, All Eyes on Me came out that same day as The Score. That's like just that's just a great day for hip hop.
Yeah, like that's a hard time for somebody. That's a
crazy
tough
day.
Yeah.
What? That's a rough.
I want to say Redman dropped that day. A bunch of shit dropped.
February 13th.
I think Diggable Planets. No, I might be thinking of another.
That's it. Yes,
Diggable was earlier that year, but like just a great Total came out that. I mean, just a lot of great music came out that day. Like it was a special day. But that's how I feel like the 90s, especially 96. 96 was a crazy year. For
96 was tough.
Period.
Yeah. 98 too. Yeah, there's a couple
98's
years.
another one. Those might be the 2 best album years for hip hop.
Yeah, they're up there.
I'm throwing 2016 in that mix.
2016.
That's what the old nigga. I just can't accept nothing after 1999.
96 was rough. Yeah.
2012 and 2016 they
were
Oh, you're not wrong.
They belong in the conversation.
Yes, they do.
In 96?
Yeah,
2012 and 2016
2016 for sure.
belong in the conversation. I'm not saying that they're better
They
than.
absolutely belong in the
But 94, 96.
I think that
2012, 26. Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. It's some years.
Neutral Budden.